Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's good to be with you guys. Market looks pretty good. Market's looking pretty good. Greeny is bearish, so why is the market looking good? Just because we're bouncing, guys. We'll talk about it today. Lots to talk about. Craig, mate, how you doing on this fine? What day are we? Wednesday morning.
Yeah, dude. Good morning, Greeny. Morning, everyone. GMGE. Yeah, dude. I'm good. A little bit sleepy, but no, other than that, the market's woken up, so I'm happy. Obviously, woke up to got quite a bit of news to go through. Actually, we've got Abstract hit a year. I see Eli's doing a big marathon thing at the moment.
Lol.
He's doing an Abstract marathon, but not on Abstract, as he's not streaming there. Made me laugh.
You know what? That tells you. Okay, I did have that as a news article. I want to talk about that later in the show.
But no, I'm good. It's a bit cooler here today, so that's nice. And yeah, let's rock and roll the show, dude. There's heaps to go through.
All right, guys, as always, massive shout out to our partners, OKX. You can sign up down below. Most trusted exchange in crypto, guys. Get literally $75 for free for trading just $500 of volume. You don't get that anywhere else, so highly recommend checking it out. And I cannot wait to buy Bitcoin at 48K on OKX. We're going to dive straight into the news this morning, guys. Lots happening around the world of crypto. The big news, where is the one I want? That's the one I want. No, it's not. That's not the one I want. Where's my tweet? Oh, there it is. I found it. Sorry, guys. I've got so many tweets ready to rumble. There it is. Okay, the big news overnight is the dollar is collapsing. Now, if you are in Australia, I am down 7% overnight in terms of my wealth because the majority of my wealth in crypto is US backed. So I'm currently poor, guys. I shouldn't be going for a mortgage. I just got rejected because I didn't have enough money for this particular house offer. So for me, I'm just losing opportunities left, right, and center. Craig, mate, what's the news here? Me and you, crypto is trading in USD. We get paid in USD with some of the partnerships and all of these deals flow. And when you're trading in and out of tokens on Bybit, for example, I'm trading in USD. I'm losing money as we're talking right now, Craig.
Yeah, it's time to get into gold, man. Got to get into gold. Hedge against the dollar. Digital. Hey?
It just goes up.
Yeah, I know. Did it hit a new all-time high? Did it, the dirty dog?
Another one.
Yeah, no, the dollar collapsing is normally pretty good for us though in Bitcoin. So it's let's go all time high, Greeny. Bitcoin's gonna have to move. Otherwise, like you said, we're just losing portfolio balance just sitting here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the rumors are that potentially he's trying to dump the dollar so they can pay back debt and it's less, but I don't know about that. That seems a bit unreasonable. So we'll have to wait and see. But really interestingly, a lot of people are like, the dollar's collapsing. But the US dollar dominance in crypto is actually still holding up pretty strong here. So we've seen a massive breakout for the first time in a long time, breaking a trend since October 2022. This is another sign that crypto isn't going to be getting as much liquidity, as much interest, as much performance compared to gold, silver, metals. Uranium's up 5% today. Hyperliquid's up 20%. Pump's up 20%. A lot of people are still favoring stables in crypto, and this chart tells you exactly that. Dominance continues to increase here at 6.2% for the first time. We actually haven't seen 6.2% literally since October 23, Craig. And that's when the bull market started. You can't argue with stats. You can't argue with analysis. You can't argue with price action. It's arguably showing me right now that we're still very much testing that potential bearish expansion. And as you can see, just to show you guys, last bear cycle. So November 21 was the top. When was the bottom? It was mid 22 or end of 22. Look at that. There's a bear cycle. Why are we pumping? Another bear cycle's inbound, guys. We're in a bear cycle. No one wants to admit it except for me. Craig.
Get excited, man. Time to get excited. I was listening to a few guys talk analysis yesterday. And they were talking maybe the big dip around Q3, Q4. I don't know how that lines up with your sort of estimates. I thought that's probably not a terrible call. I think that was based off a year from the all-time high, but that was Jason Zeno specifically.
Yeah, if you look at time, Q3, I would say is historically where we would see the corrective move play out. Q3, potentially Q4. It depends on how long we lag now. If we look at this complacency bounce that we're currently in, again, another bearish term for you guys out there, depending how long that takes will depend probably how long the move takes after the fact. So Pizzino's in my back. Is he in my court, Craig? He's bearish as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, he's been the same as us actually. He's been calling lower high uh,
Yeah,
for a little while as well. So yeah, so I guess the reason why I brought it up, guys, is good news. That's not that far away.
no,
And
no,
when I was sort of thinking about it, I was like, man, a Q3, Q4, bottom or nice dip there, that's not that far away. So I was like, I can hang in there. I can stomach that. At least it's
yeah,
not way. Rip the band-aid, I reckon. Let's just
yeah.
get on and start buying again.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at this chart, this tells you everything about crypto. So people were like, Greeny, why is crypto not pumping when you have the stock market hitting new all-time highs? Nearly 7,000 points is crazy. And you have gold hitting 5.150 for the first time in history. Greeny, why isn't crypto pumping beside these other risk assets? It's here in the chart, guys. USD dominance is going up. Okay, we're very much still in lower high territory, and you got to remember we outperformed. We outperformed all other markets from 23 to 25. Now those other markets are playing catch up. So again, I will change my bias. I will change my bias when the charts and price action gives me something to think about. If we start flipping 110K, if we start flipping 3.5 trillion on the total crypto market cap, if US dollar dominance goes down, okay, yeah, I will start changing my bias and I'll be more bullish. So we just have to wait and see what actually takes place in the coming days. But yeah, huge news over the last 24 hours with the S&P hitting 6978 and gold reaching 5.150. Craig, I'm really annoyed because I've been moving liquidity, obviously, around and selling things to get ready for a mortgage. I actually, I had to sell my stocks. I had to sell my gold. So I'm really annoyed because I could have, I probably missed another 30, 40% move on the bags. I'm actually at the thought, I'm like, well, now that we didn't get approved for that house, maybe we should go for a lower budget house and keep more liquid and start investing in uranium, start investing in AI opportunities. I'm just trying to think 2, 3, 4 years ahead. You still need a house to live in. You don't want to go. The issue we're facing with the house is we want something that you don't have to renovate. We want enough land for our dog and family to the future family that we hopefully have to spread around and call it a home for 10 years plus, right? You don't want to be you don't want to be in it and regret it within a couple of years. You want to outgrow it. I know plenty of people that outgrow their place. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But then you're it's dead liquidity, right? Because you're putting a mortgage deposit. You can't touch that money, right? So it's interesting, Greg. It's interesting.
Yeah, for someone like you that's used to trading, you obviously want a bit of capital behind you. And so that's one of the biggest things with buying a house, isn't it? It's tying up a big chunk of money that you can't just, it's a bit tricky to flip houses, right? It's harder to get in, slow process. So I envy those, or I maybe envy the word, people that flip houses, and that must be, I don't know, man. It's a tricky one, but tying up that much money, especially for you at the moment, trying to get enough behind you for deposits, always a big task. It's the hardest part. It's the hardest thing, not the hardest, but the biggest thing most people will ever buy. So
it will be. It's one of the most biggest decisions you'll ever make in your life. So, all right, moving on to another trending topic at the moment, Moonbirds. So obviously we've known their tokens coming for a while. It was basically it launches tomorrow US. FFE is on our show tomorrow. We mixed up the classic AUD and USD time zone differences. So he's on our show tomorrow, not today. But if we have a look here, Craig, basically the market has not responded well to this. So if we have a look at tokenomics before we actually dive into the specifics, 65% allocated to community. Holder rewards are 27%. So this is given to burbs and friends that utilized to build stronger community development. I assume that's if you are vesting is my understanding of that. Again, that everyone's slamming them for the communication. You've had months to prepare for this, and people don't understand what your tweet says. Come on, man. It's not hard. Employ me. I'll write a bloody tweet for you if you want. It's not hard to write a tweet that tells you exactly what it is. Not these stupid terms where it's blah, 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 blah. It's just tell it how it is, man. Because then you have to come out with
greeny. That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. Subsequent, there's been multiple tweets after where it's to clarify, or to clarify. It's you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. Anyways, ecosystem partner expansion. What the fuck is that? 12%. I'm pretty sure that's just the SBTs. A performance-based allocation to skewer high value partnership driver. I don't know. Maybe that's not Value chain incentives, like, what is this language, Craig? So I read this morning. I was like, I don't even know. But if we have a look at here, so 25% goes to investors and advertisers. Team gets 10%. Innovation, don't know what that is. Liquidity gets 8%. Value chain incentives, 10%. And the others, as we just spoke about as well. But community includes liquidity, Craig. That was a big contention point as well. Is why is liquidity community? And why are you saying, yeah, 65% for community, but 8% of that is going to liquidity and 8% of that is going to innovation? How is that directly going back to the community specifically? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But the other one was, the clarification here. So nesting 2.0 is here. Moonbirds, mythics, oddities are getting bird token through a new design mechanic that allows holders with the long-term growth of the ecosystem deposit your NFT into the nesting protocol and receive a SBT NFT of your bird while it's nesting. No more stuck birds on marketplaces. I like that move. On the 28th of each month for the next 2 years, nested NFTs get the claim 1/24th of their respective allocation. If you nest for only a part of the month leading up to your monthly claim on the 28th, you get pro rata of that amount. You do not get the full amount. No need to rush. All NFTs who nest in the first 7 days are treated as if they have been nesting for the full month. Hectic. Craig, what are your thoughts? You are a Moonbird holder. I sold all my Moonbirds above 2 ETH, I'm pretty sure, or around 2 ETH, or just below. Well, as a holder, Craig, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's going to be great to be a community member for 24 months. The 65% sounds generous, but then when you break it down, looking at those sort of things, if it includes like what you've said there, it sounds a little bit, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if liquidity I would have had in the community section of that, or the partners as well, because the partners and that's not really the community.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I don't know, man. Well, the market didn't like it, so whether I like it or not doesn't matter. The market said no bueno, and it went. I looked yesterday, and it was about $5.5 grand. I was like, I'll go to sleep, and hopefully I'll wake up before the announcement. And I woke up and saw the announcement, and I was like, no. And then I saw 65.
That's an absolute cliff.
Yeah, and I saw 65%. I was like, hang on, 65%, that's pretty generous. And then I saw the breakdown. I was like, wait a minute. You've got a few other things eating into the 65% there that I didn't think you'd eat into with, looks like anywho, I don't know what the word, I don't want to say dishonest, but I didn't know the liquidity came from that section. Like, yeah, look, not amazing, bro. And 24-month vested or whatever. I'm like, man, yeah, tough.
That's a long time for crypto, bros. That's a long time for crypto, bros.
It's a very long time.
I don't mind the move. When you think about all NFT tokens, they've all done very poorly in the months that usually follow with their launch. Obviously, Pengu's the one exception that did have that second massive pump, but it's now still down 80% from its all-time high, right? So inevitably, I think this is the smart move. I tweeted about it yesterday. I read a tweet of someone who was like, yeah, maybe they gamify. And I was like, yeah, I think that's probably the smart move. Spencer's not a dumb guy. He made millions on Pengu and made millions on Pudgy Penguins. He knows what he's doing. He's arguably one of the most plugged in NFT guys out there. I think this is a smart move. The interesting part about this is based on 100 million FDV, I think each Moonbird will get about $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, Craig. So it's not a lot. And if that's vested over a 24-month period, maybe there'll be bonuses. Maybe there'll be, maybe the token will do better over that period of time. But really interestingly, there will come a time where there is value. And unlike where I was thinking previously, I was going to maybe just short this if it was on pre-market. It's not on pre-market on any of my exchanges, at least, that I've looked for. The issue, like, it's interesting. It's an interesting move. I think it actually could. I think it'll do well for the token. The token's going to go down. Like, I don't think it won't go down, but I think it actually will have more longevity. It's just interesting. Like, do you think everyone, like, the incentive to hold the token, like, you've got to remember, this community was rugged once. So people who have been holding for a long, long time, they're probably keen to just get out, right? Hence the market dump of the token specifically. sorry, the NFT specifically, surely every time, on the 28th of every month, people are just going to dump their tokens, Craig. I don't own it. I'm thinking about potentially buying one, but I don't know. Like, is there incentive here? Like, this one's interesting. Don't overlook this announcement. Most launchers retain unclaimed tokens to the foundation. We are choosing a different path. If you are active and engaged for the next 24 months, you probably get a lot more bird than you are expecting. So unclaimed amounts with games. Okay. So, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, Spencer is not a dumb guy. The issue we still face is if we head into a bear market, Craig, then the token's going to suffer no matter what. And particularly, it's just going to have just have delayed sell pressure because everyone wants to sell, right? Look at Anime, look at Doodles, Pengu. Eventually, people got out. Look at the Jirison token that was an absolute flop. Okay, you got it. Like, there's so many iterations of this that have already taken place. It's hard to see that. I think it's good that there's a vesting period because it does prolong the sell pressure. But does that mean that there's always just going to be sell pressure every month? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it does mean there's going to be sell pressure. I guess, like you're saying, it won't be the initial sell pressure that maybe Pengu had, but the sell pressure, I guess, is on the NFTs now rather than the token. So yeah, probably not great news for flippers. But then Spencer probably doesn't care about that.
No, he doesn't. He wants community.
Yeah, which I actually understand. So I actually agree with you. I think he's trying different mechanics. The gamification, cool. He's a smart dude. I'm a community member now for the next 24 months. Hey, does that mean, so if you go and buy a Moonbird in 3 months, can you start nesting that and you start earning? Yeah, okay. So the play's probably wait for the bottom buy possibly and then get it earn over 24 months if you want to play that game. I don't know if I'd really buy. I don't know if you really want to hold an NFT into a bear. I'm
actually considering selling my Pudgy. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. There's a lot going through my head at the moment. But look, if the vesting, again, 100 million, say it comes out at 100 million. So as Chan said, 11% float out the gate. So yeah, no tokens done well since Trump. I mean, yeah, that's because we're in a bear market, I would argue. The interesting part is still need a reason to hold Burb. Exactly. Like, there's no reason it's the same that we always say, Craig. It's the same conversation with like Link. Why do I need to hold Link? Like, I don't use it on the chain. It's the most bullish tech in our industry, arguably, but I'm just holding it because I believe the tech's good and the revenue buybacks are going to be great eventually. Like, ultimately, you don't need to use it. So very interesting conversation. I think there will come a time where I do think that this will, like, the collection, the NFTs are probably a buy where you vest it and you get the tokens back and the value of the NFT maybe does thrive. But I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how it go. And yeah, like, you got to remember, like, they have a IRL business as well, as Chan said here, right? So I think it'll integrate into the Vibes TCG and collectibles similar to Rect, right? So like you've seen with the Rect drinks, right? People getting tokens for free where they get like nearly a 3x because it pumps. So as I've said, this is not a normal launch of a token just to grab liquidity for people to get out. This is very different. It's a lot more complicated. It's a network of gamification, an ecosystem of gamification, and it excites me. I think this is something to keep on your radar. But if you're a trader like me, I got out because I saw the warning signs. I knew the market conditions. I was like, no, well, hold on. The value at this current price, like, it would have to come out like 500 million or $1 billion, like, for me to hold a Moonbird at about 6,000 US, I think it was at the time. I was like, nah, I don't see that in these market conditions. So sure enough, yeah, I think 100 million might be around the gate. It probably goes down naturally with the rest of the market. But yeah, keep an eye on what's actually happening, Craig. What are you going to do? Just going to vest? Are you going to hodl?
Yeah, I think so for now. I mean, I don't have a lot of moves left with this coming out now. So I'm going to hodl for now, and I'm just going to watch the I guess the key will be claim the tokens, and it's going to be what lots of people do and try and sell into pumps on said token.
Yeah, you probably just got to hold the tokens, I would say. And maybe there's this is the thing, like, maybe there's unforeseen bonuses if you don't sell tokens for 3 months or a year. Like, I mean, Craig, I should launch a like, I would love to gamify shit. I would love to do that. Like, I think it's right up my alley. I'm not going to chat, but I would love to do that. I think it'd be fun, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, but I mean, this is what I said to Chan. So I was chatting to a few GTG members. They're like, Greeny, like, what are your thoughts? Like, blah, blah. Like, it pumped obviously to 2.8 when we were asleep. It then went all the way back to around 2.1. I was out. I decided to sell. I was like, look, the fact that it didn't even reach that 4 ETH pump previously, because this is, again, a great example of sell the news. So buy the hype, sell the news. It's that hype period that you want to try and get out, that swing trade period that you could have got it. And I think a lot of people, sadly, are community members, not only in just this, but in everything, because they just don't understand how crypto works. And that's why I try to educate Craig about that, because I mean, I'm 9 years in, and it's just taken me a lot of losses to learn how to win, right? So I think the lesson here is, yeah, it's tough. It's interesting. Chan says, do tier 1 listings make a difference these days? Do you think? No, I don't think so. Like, if anything, it just makes it more liquid. It makes it more tradable. It allows me to trade. It allows me to trade on T1 exchanges like Bybit. So I'm happy about that. So, but no, I don't think that's a monumental thing to be worried about at all. It just means there's more chance that there is leverage involved. So that's, again, why, like, we had OSF on the show last week, and Rect isn't on a lot of, it's not like, it's really hard to actually futures trade Rect. And they've done that to obviously make sure the leverage doesn't ever get too high, right? And they control liquidity in a much better state. So, yeah, look, I think Spencer's a smart guy. I'm bullish on what he's building. I think there will come a time where the value of this is probably not bad, whether it's both the combination of the NFT and the tokens and the vesting, or whether it's one or the other, whether the NFT gets to a price where it's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, if we're in the middle of a bear market period here and the NFT is only worth like $750, well, hold on, like, the token over the next couple of years could be worth 3x that, right? So maybe I do buy an NFT, invest it, and just play the patient game. So, yeah, there's a lot that you could probably gamify with this, and I am definitely going to be keeping this on my radar, Craig.
I think that's a good call. I think with the mechanics of it, there is an opportunity there for someone who has a mind that can work the numbers out and things like that. You could, like you said, if you can buy the bottom, have 24 months of perhaps getting a token, maybe. It's an interesting. I'm like you. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Hopefully, Spencer's got a lot of strings he's going to pull. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough going. I mean, the unfortunate thing is just the time of the market at the moment is just not as great as it was 6 months ago. If Bitcoin was even at above 100, and people were still quite hopeful, we're going to all-time high, things like this can kind of send.
People are still hopeful of all-time high, Greg.
Yeah. So not. I mean, it's a tough time to be founders and be launching tokens. They probably thought they had a bit longer of a runway to go, and that runway's got short very quickly. So people are a bit more bearish. People are a bit more, like you said, they just want. I mean, people like me, I just want stables. So coming into this stage of the market, I just want stables, man. So
I want AUD. I don't even want stables in this current market.
Yeah. I want precious metals. Can I swap for that, Spencer?
Yeah, at all-time highs, and can they please keep pumping? Yeah, it's an interesting market at the moment. Anyways, anniversary. Happy 1 year to Abstract, Craig. It is wild to think that we started, well, I think I started in February. So I was just after the first the starting period in Abstract. Pretty crazy to think that it's been 1 year and there's still a lot of unknowns. The platform technically has changed a little bit, but there's been no breakout app. Gigaverse has done really well. They obviously speak about on-chain heroes. That was really good initially, but it was very much controlled by whales. And sadly, dilution over a period of time just ruins an opportunity like that. So what are your thoughts here, Craig, as an Abstract contributor, as an Abstract streamer previously, as I don't know if you're live today, Abstract creator, Abstract enjoyer? What are your thoughts here about this?
Look, I guess the crazy part is I thought we would have launched Q4 last year. That's what you and I were sort of aiming for, and I was in a big rush to hit platinum, and we're still live now and no TGE. I was sort of wondering on this 1 year anniversary if they'd actually announce something to do with the TGE. Obviously, I don't think they haven't. I skim read it last night when this came out. The only thing of note that I sort of took out of it was towards the end of the announcement there, where they mentioned the secret project that that old mate's been going on about. Luca's been going on about. I can't remember what it was bloody even called now. But they hinted at that's coming soon. So that's what everyone's waiting for. Eli gets a shout out. Well, not a shout out, but he got his video posted there, which is great. Shout out for the big fella. Yeah, I was sort of hoping the 1 year announcement might have a little bit more. They teased a little bit, but not much to really sink. I didn't think much to sink your teeth into yet. So yeah, I was waiting for a bit more, but yeah, I guess I've got to wait a bit longer. So yeah, I am streaming there now. Hello, Abstract. Hello over there.
How many viewers do you have?
5. I've got 5.
I mean, that's pretty good, but
yeah, it's pretty quiet over there, dude. It's quiet on Abstract.
It has been on there for 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, she's quiet.
Do you want my take?
Yeah, let's go, man. Tell me what you think, Greeny.
Congratulations for making it 1 year in, and there are some good stats here. Okay, there are some good stats here. The issue I have faced is a lot of these are gambling, or Ponzi's, right? So Gig versus Game, On-Chain Heroes was a game, but as I said, was controlled by whales. Player Cambria was a cool game. The Gacha is a gambling. Myriad's, I like Myriad Market very much as a prediction market model. Bitcoin was very much just a manipulation scam. Death Fund is a gambling game. Like, it's just interesting. They don't even mention some of the other ones that they've got on here as well. Diley or whatever is a gambling as well. Moonsheep, gambling. Look, what I don't like about this article is that they don't even talk about creators. If they are a consumer chain and they don't even talk about the consumers or the community or the people who have been really bull posting this, whether it was someone like me and you who were very prominent in the first 6 months and less prominent in the last 6 months, whether it's someone like Gus or someone like Eli, the fact that they don't hero their creators is a big red flag for me. Like, I'll be brutally honest here with the feedback. Like, I've spoken to these guys previously about this months ago. I said, you need to not glorify, but you need to support the people who are supporting you in your early journey. Like, think of it like a business, okay? If it's the same as me, start up with GTG, okay? I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for people like yourself, Craig, for Sexy, for Aussie, for Cappy more recently as well, for the community members who have supported me for a long time, right? And I fucking always go out of my way to say thank you. I say that frequently. And I, in the community, publicly, here on stream, the fact that you have this huge potential L2 that really is trying to hone and grab that community and consumer market, and they're not willing to hero the people who have really supported their journey, helped their journey, streamed their journey, that's a massive red flag for me. So that's some feedback that I really think they need to actually take on board and think about maybe a redirection around even just that niche specifically, because without mindshare, without people using your chain, without people streaming, without people talking about it, you're not going to get any exposure, particularly if you're not marketing it yourself. And these people are the ones who have been marketing it for you for the past year. And you don't even go out and say like a thank you. Bit of a red flag for me, Craig. Thoughts?
Yeah, that was one of the things I thought when I was reading through that article, other than them not really talking about TGE too much, was I thought they might have had a section of it just to highlight creators. I don't know what category they might have. They might say, look, here's some creators who supported us from the start, or highlight 3 of the main ones, or 5 of the main ones, or 10 of the main ones, or some big ones and some small ones. Whatever. It doesn't actually matter what the...
It didn't have to be specifics either. It could just be general, you know?
Could it just, a little part, thank you so much to the creators who helped us build. Here's some links to some of the creators who've been around a while if you want to give their show a watch, or something like that. Yeah, exactly what you said, actually. I can't say it better than you can. Probably an opportunity missed in that announcement there. Like, that probably was the one to probably... They probably did acknowledge community somewhere in there, but probably more creators. Would have been a nice little section to have. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, same as you. I wish they championed the creators a lot more than they did, because it's like you said, it's a group effort, isn't it? It's one thing to have a marketing department and team. Obviously, Saigar's not part of that department.
No.
But yeah, it would have been nice to see a tip of the hat, and just to drive some traffic to creators as well. Rather than just creators driving traffic to your platform, maybe drive some traffic to the creators as a tip of the hat. Saigar's got a big following. Luca's got a big following. Imagine if Luca came out and said, "Hey, here's 3 people that stream on my platform. Give them a follow." Blah blah blah. Imagine how much traffic he could drive to creators, even like myself, for him to highlight Craig's Coin Purse. Go give Craig a follow. He streams regularly 5 days a week on Abstract.
Spotlight it once a month, once a quarter. It's fucking not hard to write a tweet. And I agree, man. Like, you can easily, like, I know for a fact, if they can track all of these on-chain stats, they could track how many hours someone has streamed, or how many viewers have been consistently watching X amount of stream, or tuned in live forever. Like, dude, it's a shame. It is a shame, particularly if you're so focused on community and consumers. You should really help those people and give them a platform, or give them some reach, right? Like, because it's hard out there. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. It's almost as though they don't actually believe in their own vision by supporting and pushing other people who are on their platform. So it's interesting time. Good point here as well by Chan is I've heard a lot, and Spencer even tweeted this out too, that a lot of formal institutions got destroyed on the 10th of the 10th liquidation. So yeah, do be aware of, maybe that's why we've seen a bit more of a bearish market as well, particularly with crypto, but obviously more broadly with tokens and launching and those sorts of things. Big news overnight in Australia, Craig. Australia's corporate regulator flags risk from rapid innovation in digital assets. So basically yesterday they released that there's concerns that consumers are exposed to the rapidly expanding and unlicensed crypto payments and artificial intelligence companies. It argued that it is for the government to determine whether these are new products, or whether these new products and services should be brought under the regulatory purview. ASIC's warning comes weeks after Australia introduced amends to the Corporations Act 2001 and Securities Investment Commission in 2001 as well, to carve out rules and companies handling customers' digital assets. That's the main point for me, handling customers' digital assets. I don't handle anybody's digital assets. I just trade digital assets, and I create content around digital assets. But this is an interesting move, and I would argue that this is going to be happening all around the world, Craig. It's just obviously happening here in Australia, and Australia loves to just control the narrative. We've spoken about this at length before with the banks. We've spoken about this at length before with regulation. We've spoken about this before with something like Polymarket. It's not, we can't even access these things in our country, yet we have one of the most stupid and degenerate countries in the world, with billions of dollars wasted every year to gambling. So, dude, I think there's a larger problem than crypto regulations. I think the country itself has a massive culture problem, Craig, that we could speak about.
Yeah, no, I agree. These sorts of articles, I think this will be more and more. Obviously, they'll look to control it. Australia being the country it is, they obviously quite, what's the word? Controlling, aren't they? So all these sorts of articles, I guess, are just little red flags, or just a little indicator of where things are going. Australia's obviously going to want to lock down everything pretty tightly so they can get their little clip. I think, in order to, I suppose, have innovation or to grow or to become more mainstream, unfortunately, the big dogs are going to come in and say, hey, this is how you're going to have to trade, behave, all those sorts of things, tax implications and stuff. So, this is unfortunately part of the maturing of crypto, is these headlines. Love it or hate it. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm all for freedom of speech, things like that. But that's Australia, isn't it? So, And so I think that's mainly a nothing headline in a way, because just in the way that I don't think this tells you anything you don't know about what's going to happen here anyway. With the way Australia behaves. But it's not ideal, is it?
No, it's not ideal. All right, moving on to the next topic. Bitcoin actually just printed the first weekly bullish divergence, or potentially hidden bullish divergence, since way back in the 2021 cycle. Now, really interestingly here, this is hidden bullish divergence forming here, where price has a higher low, okay, and RSI, stochastic, whatever you want to use, MACD, has a lower low, okay? So as you can see here, where price goes higher, but macro RSI goes lower. Now, that is a hidden bullish divergence. So hidden means it hasn't necessarily played out or confirmed yet. Now, the issue is that even though this is technically leaning in a bullish bias, what we saw in 2021 is that this actually was a failed breakout. So we had bullish divergence, as you can see here, okay, from this low to, let me just redraw it so it's a bit easier, but we had it from this low, okay, to here, okay, from there. But we only pumped up. We couldn't get back above key levels, couldn't get back above the previous high, and we fell back below. And this is very much just a continuation bearish wedge for lower over time. And we actually ended up going lower, where we had 3 drives of bullish. No, well, we didn't. We had lower lows. So that's how it breaks, right? You see price does go lower compared to this structure here, right? So then naturally that does mean that it is no longer a hidden bullish divergence. Now, the issue is that we could do something very similar here, Craig, where we have a first move down, consolidation here, bear flag, and continuing lower. However, there is hope here for bulls out there in the crypto industry that we do have hidden bullish divergence currently forming. Is this just hopium, Craig? Is this Twitter, a CT bullshit thing that I'm just reading? Or is this going to actually see crypto and Bitcoin push higher in 2026 compared to my bearish bias that we've been talking about for many months now?
Yeah, no, I'm still of the bearish mindset as well. Lower high. I think this is just a continuation. I think we're still going to hit our head. Whereabouts, I don't know. I'd love to bump our head higher than 100, but I will be looking to sell on any sort of recovery from 89 or 88, 86 to 92, 93, 96, 98, something in there. So I'm waiting to offload more bags. So I'm just watching this play out. Whether, I don't know, yeah, same as you. I still don't think we see an all-time high in 26, man. I think we're just going to see a little bit of a relief rally, same as we did before, possibly hit our head again at 98 like we did there. And then all over Rover going into bear market. So I'll be looking to take a large amount off the table on the sort of relief bounce we're seeing now. You and me spoke about sort of alts and memes having a little run in Q1. That's happening now as well. So that's something we've spoken about for a good probably 3 to 6 months. So it's good to see. I suppose the good thing to see, even though we're slightly bearish, is the thesis playing out. So I guess it's sort of makes you feel a little bit better about your trading analysis when you've been doing it a few years to see it actually play out. Although you may not want it to play out, it's playing out as we thought. That's comforting in a way. Would I like to see higher prices? Yes. Do I expect them? No. Will I take them? Yes. But will I sell on any relief bounce from here? Absolutely. So I'll be offloading big bags, dude. I suspect other people will as well. But in saying that, I'd love to see it pump a lot higher, but yeah, no, not with all the other things happening that I see. So no, I'm looking to offload Granny anywhere near 100K. See you later. And then I'll see you on Q3, Q4 and buy the low. And that'll be my play. So nothing genius about it. Super easy, super slow. Go on the weekly, go on the monthly. And it's a stress-free-ish trade. But I'd like to get out. I'd like to get out of my position shortly if I could.
What happens if you don't get out? What's your invalidation?
My invalidation would be closing below sort of 86, 88, something below there. So if we start getting closes below there, dude, I want out like then. So I would like this bounce to continue now up. If we break below 88, 86, and we have daily closes below there, maybe that's a sign that the 98 we had prior was that lower high, and we may not get another sweep to the upside there. So yeah, that's probably my invalidation level. God, I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, really hope that doesn't happen, man. It is a possibility though, so that's the other side of the trade. But I will be cutting, dude. I will be cutting. I won't be holding if it goes into the low 80s. Yeah, I'm not holding for higher. So I'll cut then and go, yeah, that's me out.
Well, I'm hedged short and long, so I'm playing the market both ways, boys.
Yeah, I see. I've been seeing.
Look, it's nice to be long. It's nice to be short. My short only has about 10% left in it, so it's only like $150, $200. But yeah, my longs are like $700 left in it. So yeah, look, it's nice to be like, and I've taking profit on both positions. Stop loss is in profit on the short and is at break even on the long. So I'm trading free both directions at the moment. It just depends where the market wants to take us, right? So that's the beauty of something like GTG, man. Like, it's just so good to trade beside other community members like that who are like just so tapped in. And then you just talk about it, and then you can long and short the market. So Greg needs to get into it. Greg needs to convert more of his spot bags into well, not USD.
Leverage trading, just go ham on my first trade.
Into perps. Let's move over to DGen side of the market. So YWL obviously broke out. We are now facing a little bit of resistance at the golden pocket. Really nice swing trade for those who maybe did get in. Sadly, I didn't get in. I was swing trading potentially here, had invalidation. It then broke lower, and I didn't manage to capture this because I was so worried about potentially getting a mortgage. We saw Testicle come and break a little bit lower, pump back up this morning, but as you can see, there's quite bearish here with this week. Still quite bearish doji candles here, showing me that there's still a lot of sell pressure even on this recent pump on the 4 hour here. As you can see, sell pressure. So looks like this will probably be similar to what Bitcoin is, just on a really low time frame where you have a bearish trend, you consolidate, it's a bear flag, and you do continue lower. So Testicle still, for me, I am watching back towards 3 to 6 million is the area where I start to become interested. However, Craig, holders are up by about 200 people over the last 24 hours. So that is something to keep in mind with Testicle. And if we do have a look at Penguin, this broke out again. It came down, had a bit of a double bottom here. Okay, double bottom here. Really nice. Then a higher low as well. Didn't even come back to the golden pocket. A little bit of a breakout, but still lower highs here. So technically you could say that it's in this little breakout region here. Maybe we break higher, or maybe we break back lower and do revisit the golden pocket as well. Volume has really died down on this token specifically as well. So do keep an eye on this potentially as a move. I think it's starting to get added to some exchanges where you can trade it with leverage as well. So that naturally happens as liquidity increases and as the token market cap increases as well. And then the last one I want to talk about as an on-chain play is Rekt. Did see a breakout. It's still struggling here. Not a lot of volume coming in. It's as I said, Craig, it's just tough for, like, a lot of these charts look really good. Like even Pepe and Mog look pretty good on low time frames right now. It's just the market is just so bearish, as like we've spoken about in the show. Like the 10th of the 10th ruined a lot of liquidity, a lot of wealth out there. So USD dominance is still pumping in crypto, yet gold and silver and metals and S&P 500 hit new all-time highs. It's just different. Crypto is just different right now compared to the rest of the world. So very interesting where we are. But is there anything specifically you're looking at on chain out of those particular players, or like talk to me a little bit about what you're looking at the moment?
Yeah, I'm looking to get out of the last ones I've got. I'm still in Testicle. I was hoping it would break above the 10 milli there. Obviously got smacked down. But no, as far as Rekt and that, the market for me is just, I don't want to, in saying that, the alts and that could still sit. I'm not really in a big buy mood, man. The way Bitcoin's moving, I don't have the confidence in the market at the moment. I want out. So I'm not especially looking. I think leverage trading is probably the move now, perps. I just, like I just said with Bitcoin, I don't trust it at the moment. I don't trust it. So I'm not especially looking at Rekt's probably been a good play for a while. That's one of the stronger ones. I see Pepe had a bit of news. They had some art go up, spray painted, like the Banksy imitation thing. That's kind of cool. Whether that does anything to the price, I haven't checked. I've still got some of my Pepe bags left, so hopefully it does do something so I can get out of that. But no, I'm very keen to get out of positions, man, not really get in. So unless I was perps trading, I don't think I want to buy spot. I don't think I want to buy spot at the moment. My confidence is just not there in the market. As much I'd love to tell you guys that I want to ape into alts and memes, I don't think so, man. What about you? Are you keen on anything to get in, or?
Well, yeah, like I mean, it's just, as you said, the market's just in such a interesting spot at the moment. So, like if we have a look at, like this is what I spoke about earlier in the show. This is AUD versus USD. This is breaking out. Look at this chart, Greg. We have not seen a breakout of this chart in forever. So this actually worries me because crypto is USD dominant. I am about to lose potentially a lot of wealth if this starts to continue to break higher, right? So Like that concerns me, because like previously holding, like whenever we were in this corrective wave here, I was like, well, yeah, like I'm very happy to hold US compared to AUD. Now that we're starting to structure change here, that's a concern, because that means like if this pumps even higher from where it is up here, like I could lose 16% just because I'm holding USD compared to AUD. So not only am I curious about meme coins, I'm also just curious in general about trying to maintain wealth. Like 15%, that's fucked. Like that's more than inflation. That's more than average returns per year in the S&P 500, right? And it's just purely because of a currency conversion.
Yeah, I mean, and then combine that with Bitcoin going down over the last months.
Exactly.
I've lost twice, along with everyone else probably watching right now. So, no, it's not ideal. And funny enough, you and me spoke about the AUD. You specifically spoke about this, I want to say 3 to 6 months ago.
Yeah, ages ago. Yeah.
You were speaking about this and perhaps a rotation into Australian dollars you were talking about versus US. So interesting to see something. Yeah, you called a while ago. Wasn't anything. I don't think when you called it, many would have probably taken notice, because it's not one of those calls where people they're not going to get super excited about a call like that, are they? It doesn't really, because what you do, right? You know, go ham into, I guess by AUD would have been the move. But
holy shit, I spoke about this in 2024, Craig. December 2024. Big question. AUD versus USD. Wow.
And it's playing out now. So yeah, I mean, another tip of the hat. It's, it's just little pieces of data that over time you'll notice certain traders will be aware of. So, I don't want to be too cheesy, sort of like the tides of the ocean, and some traders kind of understand how the waves move and some don't. I'm growing that experience, but you're quite good at that at the moment. You've got a pretty good feeling on a macro level, which I think is well worth following.
Dude, I literally timed this tweet to the bottom. Are you fucking serious?
Not bad. Not bad. 24's, yeah, 24's a long time ago.
Look at this. This is when was the tweet? The tweet was in December 2024. Where's December 2024? Like down here.
Around
so
the
like
bottom.
Yeah, literally. Oh, that's November. That's December. Literally at the bottom. We went 1 wick lower. Oh, dude.
Not bad, eh? Still got it. Still got it.
Still got it, baby. Let's go. Hey, nobody's doing it publicly like this. Hey,
Ape AUD, boys. Ape AUD.
Hey, if you're out here, AUD, not financial advice, is going to outperform. As of December 2024, I gave you a year's notice.
Not bad. Clip that, Tig. Or Levi, I should say, actually, not Tig. But yeah, man. Oh well, I'm going to have to start earning bloody AUD again, hey? Back to the salt mines.
Just have to go back to being a teacher.
Yeah, for the next year or two.
Outside that, Craig, there's not much other news I want to speak about. We are jumping on a live stream shortly with a friend in the space who was on our show recently, Brent Trades. So potentially a shorter episode today might actually be the play if we are going live in about an hour and 10 minutes time with Brent. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about today, Craig?
Nah, not really, man. Yeah, a bit of a bummer about Moonbird. So yeah, community members, so shout out to my fellow Burbs. Hopefully you guys are Burbish for the next 24 months with me. But no, other than that, no, we've got a show, I think, with Bren. Hopefully I got the day and time right. I'm pretty sure I did, but we'll see. So we'll go and jump on with him in about an hour. So probably a good time to go to the toilet, get a drink of water and get prepped for that. But yeah, thanks for pulling up, guys. And hopefully tomorrow Bitcoin's sending and I can get my exits and we all can get our exits. But other than that, now we'll jump on a show and have a kick-ass time there, Green. And hopefully you get a call about a house, man. Hopefully you get a call about the next journey.
Now I have all this liquid. It's crazy. Like I tweeted about yesterday and I spoke to you. And, like I can buy a punk for $140,000 and not be too fussed, but I'm struggling to move like the equivalent across banks and plow that into a house. I think it goes back to the point you mentioned earlier is it's illiquid. It's just like you can't access it. And that's weird for a trader like me who's just so used to being fully liquid. But
yeah, you want to be nimble, don't you? But you can't with a house so much, especially when you're living with your wife in said house. When she comes home from work today, tell her you got 3 punks instead. Like good news,
I haven't even looked at punks. I actually think I think crypto is going to outperform a house, obviously. But you got somewhere to live. I'm sick of renting, and maybe it's a chance for us to finally get into market. Punks are currently 85 US, so
cheap.
Yeah. I mean, that's cheaper now than it was yesterday in AUD, 7%. Thanks for tuning in with us, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with FFE as well, larger influencer in the crypto space, great content creator, runs his own podcast as well. So keen for that one. Craig, have a lovely Wednesday, and I'll see you live on another show. It'll be weird not hosting.
I know, dude. That's what I was thinking. I don't even know. When I said I was prepping for it, the good news is we don't really have to, because we'll let the big fella run the show.
Yeah. So, we'll just sit back and answer questions. So it should be good.
I'm looking forward to that. Now, it's good to connect with other creators, and extend your reach, chat to his viewers. And look, Bren was a great chat, and it's just good to give back, right? Not saying we're like giving back, you know what I mean? It's good to connect. It's good to, connect with good people, and he's good people. So we'll see you on the show in about an hour, guys. So I'll see you soon, Greenie.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, massive shout out to OKX. Check out GTG down below.